What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you're into filmmaking videos and tech videos, this is definitely the channel for you. So today we're talking about shortcuts that I think every Adobe Premiere user should be using if you're not already using it. Let's get it. The first shortcut I want to talk about is Command or Control C and V. These are copy and paste shortcuts. So basically you will just take your clip, you hit Command or Control C and then Command or Control V, and you copy and paste your clip. It's that simple. Now that can shave off like a lot of time in your editing process if you copy and paste a lot of clips. And you can do this with sequences and anything. You can copy and paste just about any and everything in Premiere Pro, even your effects. Another shortcut that I think you guys should be using is your Command or Control X. So you would Command or Control X and delete that clip, and you hit Command or Control V, and you're essentially moving it. Like say if you want to move this clip in the beginning all the way to the end of your timeline for your sequence, Command or Control X, move it all the way to the end, Command or Control V, boom. Versus taking it and moving it all the way over. I mentioned this in my last video. If you hit V on the keyboard, it brings up your select tool. If you hit C, it brings up your cut tool. So you have bring up your cut tool, just an easy, quick way to cut your footage. So you hit C, you cut it, and you hit V back to your selection tool, and you move that around. That simple. So if you're done with your project and you want to move on, and you want to export it, all you gotta do is hit Command or Control M, and it'll bring up your export settings, and you go through all your parameters and export your sequence. Versus going all the way to your file, and then going all the way down to export media, or whatever the case may be. I think this will save a lot of time. If you want to open a new sequence, let's go up here to your project window, whatever, and you hit Command N, and that will create a new sequence. So Command or Control N versus going to File. Let's exit out of this. Versus going all the way to File, and then new sequence, and all of that jazz. And the most important, in my opinion, the most important shortcut is Command or Control S. This will save your project. Command or Control S, save. Every time I do the smallest tweak in my project, I always hit Command or Control S and save my project, because this is, I can't tell you how many times Premiere would crash and you would just lose everything and the autosave didn't work. So always save Command or Control S. I can't stress that enough. I feel like my hat falling off. Let's get it. And if you want to render your project, you would hit Enter. You hit Enter. I don't have anything to render here, but you essentially hit Enter and then it'll go back to the beginning. But if everything's already rendered and you're all the way here, you want to go back to the beginning of your sequence, just hit Enter, and it'll take you to the beginning of your project. Versus taking your cursor and then clicking, moving all the way back. You just hit Enter and it renders and then goes all the way back to the beginning. So, the newest thing now is speed ramp and doing all this slow motion stuff. So if you want to change the speed and duration of your clip, you hit Command or Control R, and it'll bring up your speed and duration settings, and then you just go from there. Now, if you want to change your audio gain, you can just hit G on the keyboard, and it'll bring up your audio gain settings. And this is, these shortcuts has increased my editing flow so much. I used to have I printed out a sheet at my older apartment, and I had the After Effects and Premiere Pro shortcuts printed out on the wall next to my desk. So if I forget what something was, I would just look over and it's all there. But shortcuts definitely help your workflow go a lot faster. Can't stress that enough. So if you want to, say if you have a clip here, you see the audio is linked with the clip, you hit Command or Control L, and it'll unlink the clip. Now it's unlinked. Now if you want to link it again, you highlight it, Command or Control L, and everything's linked together. Boom. So now you want to do video transitions. So what I do is you can go and just hit Command or Control D. You click on them, Command or Control D, is your video transitions. Now for audio controls, it's gonna be Shift Control or Alt Control, Shift Control or Command D to do audio transition. See, I added a transition here. Now if I want to add it to the whole thing, let's highlight it, Shift Command or Control D, and then added audio transitions there. So that easy. So this is where everything snaps in place. See, like I have it on, so it'll snap to my cursor. So to the playhead. So if I hit S on the keyboard, it turns off. So S again, so it turns on and off if you hit S. So now it's not gonna snap. It's freeform basically. So I know I spoke about this in my previous video, but your in and out points. So yeah, again, your in point would be I, and your out points would be O. So now you have your in and out points. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I and O is in and out points. Now a quick tip that I do when I bring my videos up, I will go find the clip I want to use, and I will scrub through, and I will hit my end point. I want to start there, then I want to end here, and I hit my out point, and then I'll take the clip and I'll drag it in, versus dragging in the whole clip, and then I have to go in and try to trim it in the actual timeline when I can just do it before I get to the timeline. So that's another bonus tip there. So another thing is, this is really important that I feel like everyone should be using if you don't use already, is Command or Control Z. That's your undo tool. So let's say if I drag this clip out here, I'll just hit undo. Okay, so I'm working and then somehow I delete this on accident. So I'll just hit undo, Command or Control Z, and it undo what I did. So I can just keep going, undoing as many times as I need. So I just did that and undo. So I'm just undoing the project at this point. So again, I deleted the clip, Command or Control Z, I undid it. There you go. And another bonus tip, you see how these are separated here and I want to bring them together. I just click in that empty space, hit delete, and then I'll move them together. So if you didn't already know that, that's a bonus tip. And we all know the space bar is play and pause. If you didn't already know that, if you've been hitting this to play and pause your project, you should start hitting the space bar because it's play, pause. And speaking of that, if you want to fast forward, you hit L on the keyboard and play it faster. The more times you hit L, the faster it'll go. I use this a lot when I was editing sermons for a church, and it was like an hour-long video. So I would click on the video and I would, instead of watching normal speed, I just hit L, and you can hear the footage sometimes, but just scrub through. And if you want to rewind, you would hit J. That's the next shortcut. So J is rewind. Again, the more times you hit it, the faster it'll go. So L is fast forward, J is to rewind. All right, so if you're on a laptop, then you have the luxury of pinching to zoom in and out on the trackpad. But if you're on a desktop and you don't have that feature, you don't have a trackpad, then you can just hit minus to zoom out and then equal to zoom in. Minus to zoom out, equal to zoom in. So, well, that's it for me, guys. If this video was helpful, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If I missed any shortcuts that you use, definitely put it in the comment section below. I am always willing to learn more things about Adobe Premiere. I've been using Adobe for years and I'm always learning something new. Like even in this video, my editor friend showed me a lot of shortcuts that I wasn't using. Check his work out at Vince's Films. Follow him on Instagram. I don't know his Instagram name off the top of my dome, but I will definitely put it somewhere in the video. But yeah, he's a beast editor. Check him out. Again, if I miss any shortcuts, drop them in the comment section below. There's so many shortcuts in Premiere. I'm gonna work on doing a After Effects shortcuts and quick tips tutorial on After Effects because that is my specialty, believe it or not. But yes, stay tuned for the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Let's be great. That was corny. But yeah, you should create. It's the thing above me. Create every day. Now I'm just wasting time. I'm gonna cut the video. Peace. you.